back to Chris Reviews stuff. Today I'm going to be doing a review on a heat press. My wife has a silhouette machine. It's kind of like a Cricut, you know, they cut out the vinyl, make their own stickers and t-shirts and stuff. So she wanted something to heat press the vinyl onto a shirt. So we got the heat press machine here. All right, so I've been joined by my helper here. So looking for a heat press, we have a bunch of things made by this same brand, Untitled, or however you say it. And so it's a brand that I've used a lot of stuff from. I've bought a lot of stuff from, so I'm going to stick with the name that I understand. There's a lot of other brands, other third parties making the very same product. Okay, go ahead. So I purchased the Untitled brand. This is a brand I've bought a bunch of things from, and I'm familiar with it. I'm very happy with their products work. Because when you look on Amazon, you look for heat press, there's a lot of different brands or companies making these heat presses. So I wasn't sure which one to go with. So I figured let's go with the brand that I'm familiar with and stick with. Because there's a lot of companies that have, like this one here, it does hats, cups, shirts, all that stuff all in one. Or you can just buy the heat press for the shirt itself. I was going to do that, but I figured just in case, like this was going to be a gift. Okay, this was going to be a gift, and wow! I wanted to get something I thought she could use. And again, it's a brand I've used before, so there we go. Let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. I've already cut the tape, and that's about it. I'm going to be joined by my helper here. Alright, so we've got the instruction manual here, the Sunco heat press machine. Digital, self-clocking, double display, it says. So this is instructions on how to use it, operation, caution, accessories, replacement, instructions, pressure. This is all that good stuff. Let's see what else is inside.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know what anything in here is. This is all your mom's stuff. So this looks like a curved heat transfer. It's got a cord on here, very similar if you're familiar with like BNC cables, like a microphone cable. It's 4 ports. Okay, see that? The next part is another one. Very similar, and we'll get all pictures up close a little later. We're just going to unbox this first. Okay, let's take this piece out. So this looks like it's maybe for a hat or a cup, maybe probably a cup. This bends. Now hold on one sec, bud. So this has got your metal on the outside, and the inside is your heat transfer.
Yeah, we're gonna have these handy scissors.
No, you don't play with scissors. And then we have 2 circles here. I don't remember what these are for. I think these are for plates and porcelain. But again, we'll see. We have 2 sizes. Go ahead and back up a little bit to get the rest of it out. This is a pretty heavy box. On the side of it, it says it's 22 kilograms. I think that's like 40-something pounds probably. This next piece is one piece. See this arm here moves back and forth, and I'm guessing you change out this. There's 2 different things inside of it. You're probably going to change those out for the recording media that you're going to be printing on.
What's that?
So then a bunch of styrofoam to help it protect it in shipping.
Whoa, what's this?
And this is the actual heat press machine. All right, bud, can you just put that down? Leave it there, bud, please. Good, leave it. And now we're going to have the whole machine here. All right, so what's inside the box now is just the machine itself, the press. So it's got a bag on it for shipping. We're going to try to take it out, because again, it's pretty heavy. Before we take it out, it looks like there's another coil or another cuff here. So it's a bunch of different cuffs. I don't think so, man. All right, you up here. You got a big muscle. It's out there. Oh, it's out there. Bring this out here. Then you can see the machine itself. This nice bag. You must be up there, okay. So then this is the machine. You've got your Zyvo, you've got your digital readout here, LCD screen, or LED screen. You got your swing. This is a nice big area. This comes off, this is removed. It's got your foam, very similar to carpet foam on the bottom. I guess to display heat and the pressure from you pressing down. And then this mat here, it's again for temperature, to allow you to press it. Then this comes back. Well, it swings either way.
I want to try to pump it up.
Okay, you want to push this down?
Yeah.
Press. And then pick it up. Good. So easy a 3-year-old can use it. It's got 2 handles on it. It kind of swivels a little bit. Go ahead, press it back down. Good. All right, leave it. All right, thank you. So far, so good. That's the unboxing. We'll have to actually use the product, make a couple things. I don't know. Let's not pull anything we don't know what it is just yet. Let's get it in my wife's hands, see what she can do with it, and see how everything goes. All right, so after a few weeks using this, my wife is the one that's really been using this. I've used it just once so I can get a familiarity with it for this video. She didn't want to do the video, so I have to remember everything she told me and put it into practice. So we've done a few things, or she's done a few things. It comes with these 2 plates here. These are actually 4 plates. She tried to use this bigger one on a plate. She's trying to make something for my son for Christmas, you know, for like a plate for Santa to put his cookies on and milk and stuff. It's a plastic plate. This started to kind of warp that plastic, so I don't recommend using these plates for plastic. She did try to turn the temperature down, but the vinyl she was using was peeling off. So maybe use a different vinyl, but she says that might work using a different vinyl. The vinyl she had needs to be hot, and it wouldn't work with the plastic. So putting these on plastic might not be a great idea, but definitely porcelain or some kind of glass, these would work. She said it worked pretty well, like, you know, it fits it. It actually fit. It was a little, this was like the perfect size for the size of the plate she had in the well of the part, you know, because I had that lip that comes up. She says it was neat, but just didn't work for her particular use. So that's these 2. Oh boy. Really not too sure what this is exactly. What she's been using it for is kind of a way to press down the vinyl after, like for the plate, she uses to kind of press in the plate. It does have a rail on it, so it's used somewhere, probably in this machine here, because it probably it rolls in. It's probably for hats, not too sure just yet. But what we've been doing is she's made a mug for a Christmas gift. I hope I can get it. I didn't think about that. A picture of it. She used this. I think it was this bigger cuff. It's a taller mug. So what you do is, I haven't even discussed that. All these long white cables here. What this does is this plugs into this heating unit here. So the part that you're actually setting the temperature on, this has a plug that comes out, you plug into the wall. This sets your temperature. The temperature itself is what's this machine's going to heat up to. These cords here, it's kind of like a BNC connection. There's 4 holes in the end of this. If you're familiar with BNC, this plugs into the side of this. So here on the right, I'll get closer pictures as well. You'll unscrew this black cord that's currently attached for this press, and you'll screw in this white plug there. And what this does is this powers your different attachments here. So this here, you set the heat, and this is powers this and puts the heat to this cuff. So this cuff will reach the temperature, the desired temperature. This here is for hats. She has not done a hat yet, so I have no experience with this whatsoever. Comes with another cuff for a different size mug. So what you're going to do is these mugs, these cuffs here, attach to this. So this already has an extra cuff in it here. So what it does is this part here, this extra press or whatever it comes with, you'll change these cuffs out. These cuffs will attach to this, and I will get more pictures. Hopefully put it right here in the video. It attaches to this. So you'll take this cuff out and you put your cuff in. You'll notice that there's some screws on these cuffs. Those screws go into the hole. There's no screwing at all involved. It's just that's how it goes in. So you're not using a screwdriver to change the cuffs. You're simply using a pinching method to remove the cuff and replace it. So here I'm taking this cuff off, and I'm going to put a different cuff on. Okay. It does take a little bit of work because you're going to have to fold this cuff in and then just put the screws in the holes. It is pretty easy. I mean, I'm going to do right here for you, changing this cuff out. Very simple, not difficult at all. Again, no screws involved, so you don't have to worry about it. Although it does require 2 hands. So what you'll do is you'll change your cuffs to your specific project you're going to work on, plug this into this heating unit, And then when you're ready, you just kind of push this closed. And this has different things as well, different settings. So you're just going to screw this out. You're going to put your mug in first before you heat it to get the specific size and pressure that you're going to need. So you're going to turn this knob here, and then once you're done, you get the actual heat on. Press this closed, leave it closed for the desired time, pull it open, remove your project, and you're done. So this here, you'll see there's no power on this. This machine or this press here gets its power from this when you attach it. Pretty easy. And that's what you're going to do for all of your cuffs, your hats, all of that stuff. It's all going to work with that there. This part here is the actual unit. So when you're doing t-shirts, this is what we have a lot of experience with. I have a little bit of experience. This is a full swing here. So this allows you to place your garment down, swing it on, close it up. Okay. This is not a clamshell design. Clamshell design, this will open up like a clamshell, like a hinge, and then you press it close. It's not that. This is a full swing. It does require a little bit more room, so you do need to have room behind or on the side of your project, whereas a clamshell requires less room. But I think these are a little nicer because you can actually get the garment up, whereas the clamshell, you kind of press toward the end of the machine. So what you're going to do is, I'll turn this here. And you might have seen me part this down before. So it has this pulley here. It's just on a spring. You don't need to use this necessarily. This just allows you to turn this machine, and this raises and lowers this plate here. So when you change your different garments to a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, or whatever you're working on, the thickness of the material, you may have to adjust the plate to allow for extra room for that, because you want a good seal, a good press, so that heat is evenly distributed across the garment to get your vinyl on there, but you also don't want to not have it pressed. So you have to adjust this. It's pretty easy. You can use this here, or if you just pull this up, push it down. You can actually turn this with your hand. You don't have to actually do that at all. It's a good feature, so it allows you to use different materials when you're going to do this. Bed sheets, pillow sheets, t-shirts, sweatshirts. As the thickness goes, you're going to have to adjust the plate size. It's pretty easy to understand too, because once you put it down, you can't actually do that. So you have to pull this up, actually pull it up, and you have to adjust that for your material. I'll do it before we do. So this here you plug in. Once it's plugged in, you have a power switch. You'll turn on, turn off. Below it is a fuse box. We haven't had to change any fuses. I have really nothing to do with it. And then your power. This here is a temperature gauge, and like I mentioned earlier, you remove this side here, and that's going to allow you to put your different attachments. That's it, man. That is it. So if you look at this here, underneath of this, on this part here underneath, it's just pure metal, and that's where your heat's going to be distributed from. Underneath that, you'll notice there's this red mat. This is your like thermal, or this is like a pad that absorbs the heat. Underneath it is another pad that kind of helps absorb the heat as well as the pressure. This is like a carpet. Underneath the carpet, you have padding. It's very similar to it. It almost looks just like it. So that's what that's for. Let's go ahead and get a little closer to it, and we'll actually do a design. My wife gave me a small design she wants me to use. We'll see how well that goes. It's on a black shirt. It's a small design just to rub the left breast over here is where we're going to put that. All right, so what we're going to do here is we got the machine plugged in. We're going to set my t-shirt down. I'm going to put my design here just a little bit over here on the left pectoral muscle. I'm going to lay my crappy towel down, my cotton towel. I'm going to swing this back, okay? So you got to make sure that you have enough room with this cord here to swing in whatever you need. Side, I'm going to hit the power button. Beeps, temperature, and this is the time that you're going to be using the display for. Now, I did just have this on, so you'll see this temperature really climb pretty quickly. It should go over to 200 degrees. I just had it on to make sure I knew exactly what I was doing. So what we do is we set time and their temperature. So first time we hit set, you'll see that this is still set into Fahrenheit. That's what we use here in America. Our temperature is going to be 300 degrees. I currently had it set at 225. I thought that was enough, but it wasn't. So I'm going to change it to 300. Hit set again. And it's going to be set to 30 seconds. Now this remembered that I had changed it to 300 degrees, so you're not going to have to set the temperature all the time. It's going to remember your time and your temperature that you use. So second time I hit set, it's going to go to ST for set time. After that, it's going to hit set again. That's going to bring you back to the main menu. And you'll see how this is out, so it's not working right now. There's a button here in work. So this in work will turn red when you're actually using it. So you can see from 225 up to 269 right now, and that was pretty quick. The machine does warm up pretty fast. These handles don't get hot, but this plate is pretty hot. I can touch it, so I can hold my hand here at 275 degrees. It's warm. It's not burning me. I would not be afraid of my kid touching. I would not be afraid of my kid touching the black part, but these screws are really hot. I just touched that. So we're at 280 degrees already. Moves pretty quick. Now, she said to always put your towel down, have it be a cotton towel. It's going to provide some protection to your vinyl, so that way you don't have to worry about burning the vinyl itself or the plastic background, or whatever it's on. I don't know. I apologize. She didn't want to do the video, so I'm trying to secondhand information on how to use vinyl in your Silhouette or Cricut machine. So you can see the machine's going in and out, trying to get to 300 degrees without going over or going under. So now we have 300 degrees. We already set the 30 seconds. I'm going to close this. I've already preset the height of this by using this top screw here. Close this down, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the down arrow. You'll see that the red light has moved from out to work, and it is now counting down. Okay. So there you go. All right, so I bought this for my wife for Christmas. And I know she was doing a lot of things for the holidays, a lot of gifts she wanted to do with T-shirts and stuff. So I figured I'd give it to her early. And I had it early, so no big deal. Plus it was this really heavy box. It was kind of hard to keep out of sight. So I gave it to her early, and she's been happy with it. She's done a couple T-shirts and sweatshirts for our kid, and for gifts. So I'm happy I gave it to her early. She's enjoyed using it. It's not as easy to use as an iron. As an iron, you just kind of pop down and hold it. But this allows you to actually set your designs down properly and come down straight on top of it, so you don't have to worry about anything shifting or moving. I went with this full swing design because of this. This fully swings away. You just have to worry about your cord, your power cord here, getting on your, touching stuff. You have to worry about your power cord being able to reach for the swing. But I like this as opposed to a clamshell because as you're working on your shirt, if you're doing multiple projects at once, this plate's going to be hot. So you're able to swing this completely away. You're able to work and put your product down there, your project, and then when you're ready, swing this back and then work. With the clamshell, the ones I saw, and again, I'm just looking at hobbyists. I'm not looking at very, very high-end, very expensive products. I'm looking for something with a hobbyist, but not junk either. I don't want to get a $50 press. I wanted to get something nice, that I felt was nice. So with the clamshells, they open like this on a hinge. The ones I was looking at, they don't allow you to work so easily and safely when doing multiple projects at once. If you're doing a one T-shirt, fine, because when you open it up, the plate's going to be hot up top, and you're going to remove your shirt and it's going to cool down. But if you're doing multiple things at once, that clamshell at top's going to be hot. So if you're putting another T-shirt in, you've got to be mindful of that top plate's going to be hot. Don't get close to it. You're going to have to be really careful without burning yourself and touching that top plate. With something like this, the swing away, it swings completely out of the way. You don't have to worry about touching it at all. And then you swing it back, and then you get a nice press on it. These handles don't get hot at all. They're kind of warm now, but because the plate itself is warm and the heat's resonating up. The plate doesn't get hot. It's warm. These metal screws, I think because they're stainless screws, those screws are hot AF. They're very hot. Don't touch the screws. I wish they might have maybe covered them with something, but you're not touching it anyway. You're using the handles as the manual says and as common sense shows. Handles, let me use handles. So you can use these handles to work. Very cool because she made a sweatshirt for our son and T-shirts, so it allows for multiple fabric thickness. By using this wheel here, you're able to set the tabletop to either ascend or descend, so you can get different fabrics in here and get a good press. You're also able to change things. It comes with a lot of attachments, so you're able to do hats and mugs and plates and some other things, as opposed to just doing like a regular shirt press. They just do shirts, or fabrics. Whereas this machine here comes with all the attachments. You can do multiple other projects. Overall, I'm happy with it because she's happy with it. She says it's easy to use, easy to set the temperature. It's nice, and the products that it turns out are really nice too. I'll throw some pictures up to show some things that she's worked on, and you can see. Very happy with it. It's another brand name that I've been sticking with because the stuff I've been buying from them have been working and really good. So when I look for things that are not super expensive but very good, reliable products, I'm sticking with the Zyvo brand. And that's why I keep doing reviews on them, because they're easy and they're good products, and I can afford them. So anyway, very cool press. She's happy, I'm happy, and thanks.